Seniors, 7 critical blood pressure mistakes seniors must avoid. The danger you can't feel but must face. You woke up this morning, made a cup of coffee, took your pills well, most of them, stretched a little, maybe checked your phone, and you thought, I'm doing okay. But high blood pressure doesn't wait for pain. It doesn't knock on your chest like a heart attack. It doesn't steal your breath like pneumonia. It hides. It rises slowly, silently without symptoms until one day it becomes a crisis, a stroke that robs your independence, a fall that breaks more than just a bone, a hospital visit you never saw coming. They don't call it the silent killer for nothing. According to the CDC, nearly 1 in 3 older adults live with high blood pressure, and many don't know it. Why? Because they feel fine until they don't. And here's what no one tells you. Most dangerous blood pressure mistakes don't feel dangerous. They feel normal. They feel like skipping your pills because you don't feel any different. They feel like reaching for the same salty snack you've always enjoyed. They feel like stress you've learned to ignore. They feel like silence in the doctor's office when you don't mention what's really going on. This video is for you, the person who wants to feel better, think clearer, walk stronger, and stay independent. We're not here to shame you. We're here to show you the habits you've been taught to overlook and how to replace them with small, powerful actions that protect your heart and your life. In the next few minutes, we'll explore 7 critical mistakes that raise blood pressure silently and how to avoid them with grace, wisdom, and ease. So stay with me. This could be the most important message you hear all week, because your health doesn't just depend on what your doctor knows. It depends on what you do every single day. Mistake number 1, believing good enough is safe enough. You try your best. You take your medication most days. You eat decently. You walk when the weather allows. You don't feel sick. So, you must be doing okay. Right. But here's the quiet truth. What felt good enough at 40 might not be enough at 65. Our bodies change slowly, silently. After 60, the blood vessels lose elasticity. The heart has to work harder. The kidneys filter more slowly. And the gray zone between healthy and dangerous shrinks. According to the CDC, 1 in 2 adults over 60 has high blood pressure. Even more alarming, 75% of them think their condition is under control when it's not. Why? Because they're aiming for not too bad instead of truly safe. It's like driving a car with worn brakes. Just because you haven't crashed yet doesn't mean it's safe to keep going without repair. Blood pressure isn't just a number on a machine. It's your heart's way of asking for support. This section isn't about panic. It's about precision. Being proactive doesn't mean becoming obsessed. It means creating simple habits that remove guessing from your health. Daily tracking, gentle movement, smarter food swaps, clear conversations with your doctor. Action step. Ask yourself honestly, am I maintaining my health or just hoping nothing goes wrong? Because almost healthy isn't the goal. Alive and thriving is. And if you're ready to move from guessing to clarity, then you're already on the right path. Let's take the next step together. Mistake number 2, forgetting that food is both medicine and poison. Food is comfort, food is tradition, and for most of us, food is routine. But after 60, food also becomes something else, either a slow healer or a silent hazard. What you once ate without a second thought may now be raising your blood pressure without you even knowing. Let's talk about salt. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 1/500 ml of sodium daily for adults over 60. But the average American consumes over 300-400 ml per day, more than double the safe limit. And the sneakiest part, most of that salt isn't from what you sprinkle on your food. It's hidden in things like canned soups, deli meats, frozen dinners, salad dressings, even healthy snacks like granola bars and low-fat crackers. Sodium causes your body to hold on to fluid, which increases blood volume and raises pressure in your arteries. Over time, this added pressure forces your heart to work harder, potentially leading to heart failure, stroke, and kidney damage. But this isn't about fear, it's about freedom. Because you can change the outcome with small, steady shifts. Here's what helps: rinse canned goods before cooking. Choose low sodium or no salt added products under 140 milligrams per serving. Cook more at home where you control the ingredients. Season with garlic, lemon, herbs, turmeric, or vinegar instead of salt or bouillon. And don't forget sugar, especially in processed foods, sauces, and drinks. Excess sugar leads to weight gain and insulin resistance, both of which drive up blood pressure. Action step. This week, pick one high-sodium food from your kitchen and replace it with a heart-supportive option. Food is not the enemy, but it's not neutral either. Every bite can help you heal or slowly harm you. You get to choose what you put on your plate, and that means you get to choose how your heart feels tomorrow. Mistake number 3, thinking no symptoms means no problem. You woke up, you made your coffee, you walked to the mailbox, you felt fine. And so, like many seniors, you assumed that meant your health was fine too. But here's the truth. High blood pressure is often symptomless. It hides, it waits, and it damages silently until something breaks. That's why it's called the silent killer. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, nearly 1 in 3 adults with high blood pressure have no idea they have it. And among those who do know, more than half don't monitor it, regularly missing signs of danger entirely. Here's what makes it worse. We're taught to react only when something feels wrong. But high blood pressure isn't about feelings, it's about numbers. It can quietly damage your arteries, causing them to stiffen hard, forcing it to work harder, kidneys, reducing their filtering power, brain, increasing stroke and memory risk. The longer it goes unchecked, the more invisible damage adds up. So what can you do? You measure it consistently at home, in calm moments. Not just at the doctor's office once every few months where nerves or timing can skew results. You need to know your everyday numbers, your quiet numbers. A study in The Lancet showed that seniors who checked their blood pressure at home at least 5 times per week had better medication results and fewer emergency visits than those who did not. Here's how to start. Get a reliable digital cuff. Sit quietly for 5 minutes before measuring. Keep both feet flat, back supported. Use the same arm every time. Record your numbers daily. Morning is best. Action step. Begin a blood pressure diary for 14 days. Write down your readings and how you felt that day: stressed, rested, tired, after exercise or salt. Because symptoms aren't the only signal. Silence can mean danger, and numbers when tracked can become your greatest defense. Knowing your pressure is not just awareness, it's protection, it's prevention, and it could be the difference between an ordinary day and a life-altering event. Mistake number 4, treating stress as just part of life. You've held it together through everything: raising a family, working long hours, managing money, helping others, and now, even in your older years, you still carry the weight of the world quietly. So when your shoulders feel tight, your chest feels heavy, or sleep won't come, you shrug. It's just stress. I've handled worse. But your heart doesn't think it's small. It registers every sigh, every clenched jaw, every night you lie awake worrying about someone you love. And stress that stays in becomes something else. Chronic stress activates your body's emergency system over and over again. You release adrenaline and cortisol repeatedly, keeping your heart in a state of alarm, even when nothing around you is dangerous. This isn't about one bad day. It's about weeks, months, or even years of holding in tension without relief. The American Psychological Association found that chronic emotional stress can increase systolic blood pressure by 10 to 15 points over time, especially when paired with poor sleep or loneliness. And Harvard Health reports that unmanaged stress contributes directly to inflammation, heart disease, and stroke. What's worse, many seniors have been raised in generations that see silence as strength. So you don't talk about your stress, you keep going, you pretend it doesn't matter. But your body always tells the truth. Eventually, stress shows up as high blood pressure, chest discomfort, tension headaches, memory lapses, poor digestion, restlessness, or irritability. The solution is not dramatic change, it's daily release. Try this, breathe deeply. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Spend 10 minutes outside with no phone. Stretch your body before bed. Write down your thoughts, even the hard ones. Speak to a friend or counselor at least once a week. Action step, build one non-negotiable peace ritual into each day. Even 10 minutes. Make it yours. Because you're not weak for needing rest. You're wise for choosing it. And the most loving thing you can do for your heart today might be giving it a moment to be quiet. Mistake number 5, relying on movement as an option, not a lifeline. You've been told to take it easy. You've earned your rest. But there's a difference between rest and stillness that steals your strength. When movement becomes optional, so does independence. Your heart is a muscle, and like any muscle, it weakens without use. The CDC states that adults over 65 who are physically inactive are more likely to develop hypertension, heart disease, and even cognitive decline. But here's the catch: many seniors think exercise means running, lifting, or sweating at the gym. It doesn't. Movement can be simple, safe, and even joyful. It can be walking to the mailbox, stretching during a commercial, or dancing slowly to a song from your youth. What matters most is consistency, not intensity. When you move daily, even in small doses, you improve circulation, reduce arterial stiffness, help the body eliminate excess sodium through sweat, lower resting blood pressure, boost mood and balance. You also reduce the risk of falls because strong legs and a confident stride come from use, not age. The body adapts to whatever you ask of it. If you ask it to sit for hours, it forgets how to move. But if you ask it to rise, even gently, it remembers. Action step, start a 3 times a day habit. Morning march in place for 2 minutes, afternoon shoulder rolls and side bends, evening walk around the house or stretch your calves. Track your progress like a journal, not for perfection, but for progress. Movement isn't a punishment. It's permission to keep living life on your terms. Mistake. Number 6, assuming caffeine and alcohol are harmless. They seem small, a morning cup of coffee, a glass of wine at dinner. But over time, these habits, so familiar, so comforting, can quietly raise your blood pressure. Let's start with caffeine. Caffeine works as a stimulant by blocking a brain chemical called adenosine, which promotes relaxation. It also causes blood vessels to constrict and prompts your adrenal glands to release adrenaline, raising both heart rate and blood pressure. A study published in the American Journal of Hypertension found that adults over 60 who consumed over 200 milliliters of caffeine, about 2 8 cups of coffee daily, had an average systolic increase of 8 to 10 mmHg. For those already dealing with hypertension, this temporary spike can become a dangerous pattern. Caffeine also hides in unexpected places: decaf coffee, black and green teas, chocolate energy drinks, over-the-counter painkillers like Excedrin. Now, alcohol. While 1 glass might help you relax, drinking regularly, even just 1 to 2 glasses per night, can lead to long-term problems. Alcohol interferes with the liver's ability to regulate blood pressure and can weaken the effectiveness of hypertension medications. In a large-scale review published in the Journal of Clinical Hypertension, people who drank moderately 1 to 2 drinks per day were 34% more likely to develop high blood pressure compared to non-drinkers. And alcohol doesn't just impact the heart, it affects sleep quality, weight gain, hydration, and emotional balance. The solution isn't strict avoidance, it's mindful moderation. Try these heart-healthy swaps, herbal teas like hibiscus shown to lower BP, rooibos, or chamomile, warm lemon water with ginger, sparkling water with cucumber, mint, or citrus slices. 1 no caffeine, no alcohol day each week. Action step, choose 1 beverage habit this week and track its effect on your pressure and sleep. Notice how your body responds. Pleasure should feel peaceful, not pressurized. And caring for your heart doesn't mean giving up what you love, just adjusting it with wisdom. Mistake number 7, seeing doctors as judges, not partners. You walk into the clinic. The walls are quiet. The clock ticks louder than usual. You sit, waiting, and as your name is called, a familiar anxiety sets in. Not because you're afraid of illness, but because you're afraid of seeming weak. You remind yourself, don't complain, don't waste their time, just say everything's fine. So when the doctor asks, how have you been, you smile and say, I'm doing okay, even if you've been feeling lightheaded in the mornings. You stopped taking your medication 2 weeks ago. You're using a herbal tea a friend recommended. You've been feeling unusually tired, but can't explain why. You keep it all to yourself, because deep down, you don't want to be that patient. The difficult one, the emotional one, the one who gets brushed off. But here's what your heart needs to hear. Your doctor isn't your judge. They're your teammate, and they can't help you if you don't help them understand the full story. According to a national study in the Journal of General Internal Medicine, 4 out of 10 seniors admit they've withheld critical health information, often due to fear of being dismissed, rushed, or misunderstood. Yet those little things you're holding back can be the key to preventing something much bigger. A skipped pill, a new supplement, a strange side effect, a sense that something just isn't right. These aren't complaints, they're clues. Clues your doctor needs to make the right call. And ignoring them doesn't make them go away. It only gives them time to grow. Even emotional health matters. Stress, loneliness, grief. They don't just weigh on your heart emotionally. They raise your blood pressure, disturb your sleep, and slow your healing. Action step before your next appointment. Write down these 4 things. A symptom you've noticed. A question you've never asked. Any new habits, teas, diets, sleep changes. One emotional experience you've been carrying. Bring it, share it. Your honesty is not a burden, it's a bridge between you and your care, between now and a healthier future. And your voice, it's not too small, it's not too late. It's exactly what your doctor and your healing has been waiting for. A better future starts with one honest step. You've just taken an incredible step 1 that many don't. You pause, you listened, you reflected, and that means you're not powerless, you're purposeful. In this video, we walk through the 7 quiet mistakes that can raise blood pressure and reduce quality of life. They don't scream, they don't knock loudly, but they build day after day until a wake-up call comes. But you've heard the whisper before the storm. Maybe you recognize yourself in some of these habits. Maybe you thought, that sounds like me. And that's good, because awareness is the beginning of change. You now know that feeling fine isn't always the same as being safe, that skipped pills, hidden salt, silent stress, or staying quiet with your doctor can slowly steal your strength, and that every meal, every step, every breath, every question you have the power to choose differently. The message isn't be perfect. The message is be present, be honest, be kind to your body. Action step, write down 1 small shift you'll make this week. Place it where you'll see it on your fridge, mirror, or calendar. And remember, you don't need to do it all. Just start with one thing, because small hinges swing big doors, and quiet effort can save a loud emergency. If this message moved you, please subscribe for more wisdom like this. Share this with a loved one. You may not know it, but someone in your life might be walking around with quiet blood pressure and no one to talk to. Together, let's build a life that doesn't wait for crisis, but honors the body before it breaks, and believes that even now you can still live strong, live well, and live with heart.